Welcome back to Law and Crime. Before we move from one Georgia RICO case to another, we are still in Georgia, and we're covering the withdrawal hearing for Angela DeWilliams, the public defender who's representing Rodalius Ryan in the racketeering trial against Young Thug and co-defendants. Along with RICO charges, the rapper is also accused of participating in a criminal street gang allegedly known as Young Slime Life, or YSL for short. The executive director of the Public Defender Council, Mateo Ali, was questioned regarding DeWilliams' desire to withdraw. We heard about the money involved. Let's take a listen to more of that questioning now.
How about reaching out to, some other agencies?
Some other agencies?
Yes. Your duties as director are outlined in OCGA 1712.5, correct?
We have a lot of consideration. We have a lot of other people to consider, so we have to balance it.
Okay.
And so we're not going to pay Miss Williams more than $55,000 a year as long as she's in this case. At this point, we've paid her about $60,000 for this case. That's all we're going to do. We have other consideration. It's a balancing action for me. Miss Williams is not the only lawyer we have to pay. And so to help you with your questioning, we are not going. We're going to abide by the contract. If she's no longer wants to be on this contract, then that's for the judge to decide. What we do to manage the budget is not a subject for this hearing.
Have you gone to the county, like Fulton County, to see if they would help supplement or provide any additional funding?
Actually, you know what we did, and they did not. And so we found the money from the state.
Okay, when did that occur?
That was sometime last year.
How did you go about doing that? Or who did you contact? How did you go about seeking additional funding?
That's a good question. So I wrote letters, several letters to the county manager, I believe to the county manager, to the deputy county manager. We went to Fulton County Court. We went to the Superior Court. We did everything to get support, to get money. Eventually, we found it in our budget to pay out that $55,000.
Okay.
So we did all of that.
So you went everywhere in the county and they just said, no, we won't provide additional money?
They did not provide the funding that we asked for.
Okay. Aren't they providing their own funding now to attorneys where your office has not appointed them in a timely fashion?
You say we have not appointed them in a timely fashion?
Yeah.
So let me correct you, because obviously Fulton County had their own program where they were using their ARPA funds. And they said they would be able to help with their cases. And we sent them a lot of cases, and when they could not find attorneys for those cases, we took them back. We provide attorneys in a timely fashion. If you're referring to the Superior Court program, we gave them those cases because they had ARPA money that they wanted to use to fund their own backlog. Eventually, they could not find attorneys for those cases, and then we took them back. So we provide attorneys in a timely fashion. Maybe you're referring to another agency.
Okay, so there weren't people sitting in jail for months and months and months, or years even, without attorneys to represent them? Is that what you're saying?
I have no idea what you're talking about. We provide attorneys. As soon as we know them, some of these individuals that you're talking about, some of them did not ask for public defenders, but once they ask for us, we will provide attorneys for them. And I think that's totally out of the scope of your questioning.
Okay, Madam Director, protecting those funds, and just to give you the end game here, the judge ruled that this attorney may not withdraw. So Ms. Angela DeWilliams is still on the case. Brian Buckmeyer here, Catherine Luzardo. Brian, is that the right decision, and what happens now? I mean, this client has the attorney who was trying to dump him.
I mean, what I would expect is from any defense attorney is to continue to represent your client zealously, regardless of the negative impact based on this ruling. And so I would hope and pray that the oath that they took, as all three of us did, would continue. But I think this is a situation where the war of this issue is going to be resolved. And this attorney is going to represent this client has been won, but the battle has been won, but the war is lost. because now everyone has seen this in the state of Georgia, and people are going to be reviewing their contracts, doing these pro bono representations. And I think that the Sixth Amendment and the representation of indigent clients in Georgia is going to steadily decline based on.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Hey, 30 seconds, Catherine. From the client's perspective, how does that feel? You were trying to leave me, and now you're back, and that seems a little odd.
Oh, I'd be very uncomfortable if I'm the client, and I would have doubts. Brian pointed out that as lawyers, we still have to zealously advocate for our clients, but the client obviously will start feeling, can you really do it?
Yeah, and that's what concerns me more is obviously the attorneys are going to do the job they've promised to do, taking the oath, but the client's like, dudette, you wanted to leave and now you're back. Okay, well, we're going to take a break. I'm going to thank and excuse Catherine Lizardo and Brian Buckmeyer. Thank you both. Appreciate it. We will see you next time here on the network. We're going to come back more out of Georgia when we return. This is Law and Crime.